episode. I don't know what I'm saying. Welcome to Ian as a weirdo. I was about to be like, Ian does it all. I'm like, nope, not anymore. No, what am I doing? I am suffering from pretty significant brain fog today, and so this should be a really interesting episode. My hair looks like this because I've been traveling and going to baby showers and got to go to Charlotte for the first time since we moved. And actually, I've been once before for uh, endocrinologist appointment, but I um, I am really happy to go to Charlotte anytime. I love Charlotte. It's one of my favorite places. I was so happy to live there for so long. But we don't live there anymore, and that's what it is. What it is. Got to be around a lot of children, a lot of babies, a lot of expectant mothers, and all of that was pretty overwhelming when you are an introvert and you go to a baby shower with like 50 people. I think it ended up being less than that, but they love the pizza cozy. When because I was working on it as I was like I was working on bits and pieces like as I was hanging out with her, and uh, they um, I was like, "Do you want to be surprised at like what I give you, or do you want me to like give it to you early before the baby shower, or do you like what's best for you?" She's like, "I don't like surprises. I like to know as soon as possible." So as soon as I finished the final pepperoni, I was like, "Okay, look away," and I like set up the pizza, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so exciting! This is so cute." So she loved it, and her husband loved it, and they both thought it was just like super fun, super kitschy. It's on my Etsy site right now. I know most of us who crochet, we don't tend to buy crocheted goods, so I'm not expecting most of the people who are watching this to buy them. But it was really fun to make. I had so much fun making. I literally made like all the pepperoni like on the drive there, except one, and I just had one that I was working up while they were setting up everything. So I just, yeah, it was they loved it. It was super fun, and I definitely can't wait to do that project again. I hope I get the chance to. Just need people to buy stuff from me on Etsy. So right now, I'm not gonna tell you guys what I'm making because to me, um, this is a finished product, finished object kind of reveal, and so I don't want to say what I'm making um, because this is something really important to me. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with my stitches. Sorry. So everyone complains about how much they hate working with dark, like particularly black yarn. I actually don't mind working with black yarn. It's not that big of a deal because you can kind of open it up. You can stretch out the stitches and you can see what's behind it. The real enemy here is white yarn. Um, and it's so hard to see what in the hell I am doing. So I'm doing a flat circle increase on this puppy. So um, I'm using a 3.75 hook, which is only slightly smaller than my usual hook. I was going to use a 4 because this shouldn't be a surprise, but I'm making something amigurumi, which again, I was like, I'm not going to do amigurumi anymore. And like, now it's like all I do. Um, but this is amigurumi, and it's going to be something very special to me. And I have been thinking about this a lot. Didn't quite come with up light colors against a darker table or mat. I should do that, but I don't know. Maybe I can do phone now. I can like see it a little bit better. Not really, but it's just like it's so like blindingly bright that that it is hard to see for me. And my table is white, so not helping the situation. I was thinking about doing a dark background, but I couldn't think of anything dark that I had to work on, especially for this stream. I'm not going to be finishing this on this stream. Um, Honestly, I probably could. It's not a very involved project, but cozy dolls for my granddaughter's 10th birthday on the 20th. I don't know what a cozy doll is. Ooh, what's a cozy doll? One thing that I am going to be making soon is the Bag of Days Houndstooth um, overall things that she made for babies. I've made these before. I made them in white and dark green, and they looked amazing. One leg was slightly larger than the other, like noticeably larger than the other. So it's just kind of like, because I counted my stitches wrong, and then um, and then, I mean, it didn't flare out or anything. It just the stitches were the count was wrong. So I counted as much as she said to count, and I made that one leg, and I made the leg, and then I tried to make the other leg, and like it was so much bigger. So I'm gonna be just measuring myself um, rather than going by Bag of Days counts. I'm not saying her counts are wrong. I'm saying that just the way I count stitches and do stitches is wrong. um, so I'm just using white Caron 1 pound. Nothing special here. No fancy yarns. This project is going to have white and blue in it. So I am knocking out the white first, and then I'm going to be hitting the blue. Um, oh, did I do a double crochet? I keep on doing double crochets because, like, because that's what I've been doing. Oh, hi, Nixie. Welcome in. I can't wait to make those F bombs. Super excited. I think that'll be a great Cal, and it's definitely in weirdo territory. Um, that's I was talking to my wife about what to do about this particular project because I hadn't really up until like probably like 2:30 today. I hadn't quite figured out how I wanted to communicate what I wanted to make. Um, and testing my pattern tonight. Yay! I love pattern testing. It's so fun. Yeah, it's gonna be great. And honestly, like, just thank you so much for doing that. It's so cool. And we're gonna have so much fun making that. Um, I just can't wait. I've seen the little F bombs before, and I thought they were super cute. But I've never made one myself. Sorry, I'm drinking a sparkling strawberry beverage. It has no alcohol in it, although it looks like it might, but it doesn't have any alcohol in it, but it just makes me burp. So, apologies. It's also way too small for my koozie, but I have to use my koozie when I can. Daughter for her boys. Yeah, I think it's so funny. When you were talking about like tossing them people, I was like, oh my gosh, that's genius. That's so fun. I love it. I can't wait. And I still have to make the pumpkin head for that guy, but the pizza slice kind of commandeered my time for a little bit. It honestly, I could have finished it in like a day or two. Like it was such a fast project. Um, but and I did leave the pattern on uh, the Army of Weirdos page. Um, this is for future people watching this video because obviously you guys are in the group. But if you want to join the Facebook group, it is Army of Weirdos, and we just talk about potential cows, like crochet alongs, so we can all crochet the same project together. Um, and we talk about I use it a lot for like when I'm going live, so that I'm not like just jumping online live randomly, for people who actually want to watch and be part of the live experience. Um, God, it's so hard to tell. I think there's two in that one in this one in this one in this one. This is annoying. White yarn sucks. Don't double crochet. Okay. Yeah, that was a great idea, Darsha. And I know it's probably not like a super complicated um, pattern or like process to do, but just the fact that you're writing down a pattern for us and making sure that we all have like the same kind of guidelines is really incredible. It's really great. So thank you so much for doing that. I can't thank you enough. Because I think doing like honestly, I've never done a crochet along. I don't know like even like what they're like. So if you've done a crochet along, please tell me like what was your experience? Like was there a timeline? Like what did you do? Like tell me because I honestly don't know. Like I always miss the beginning of a crochet along, and so I never do them. And I also crochet slower than the average bear, so so I feel like I can't figure out my words. If you never done one either, okay, let's just make up how we do it. Let's just crochet and however we want to do it, in whatever time frame we want to do it, and we just have fun doing it and talking about it. Um, okay, so if I'm looking at this, so gotta write things down. Okay, more post-it notes. I have so many post-it notes, like that literally like are just gibberish at this point. I don't even think I have a pen here. Do I have a pen? Oh, here's a pen. Okay, so I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. Okay, so now that I have my base, I'm just gonna crochet up, and it's gonna, so instead of being a flat, because so you can make these into chai coffee crochet, has the cozy dolls, which are one body with interchangeable hair and accessories. Oh no, shit, that sounds so cool. Oh, I love that. I've never heard of chai coffee crochet. definitely gonna check them out. Um, so I want the bottom to be pretty rounded, and luckily when you make a flat circle, it stays pretty rounded. You can flatten it out, but it stays pretty rounded. So I have a little rounded bottom, just like that, and I'm gonna go ahead and start my um, rounds of no increase. And this is going to make kind of a cylindery shape. So, oh wait, they are made in one piece, so no attached legs or head. Oh, fun. Yeah, I know a lot of people like to make things that don't involve sewing, and that's always been something that I've been a little confused about. Maybe because sewing is like one of my favorite parts. um, I mean, things definitely fit better if you don't have to don't have to sew them. Um, but I just feel like I don't mind sewing pieces together. It just like if it just eliminates like having to be like super creative and like how you're gonna attack like for example my voodoo doll, like I didn't have to think about how I was gonna do things because I could just like attach different pieces. Like you don't have to think about like I didn't have to think about how I was gonna go from the neck to the head because I am gonna do them differently. So I could just end the head and the neck and then place the head on top and sew it together. But I'm one of those people who just like I get calluses on my finger from using a darning needle. Ooh, yeah. Oh, that's not good. No, I don't like amigurumi because of the counting part. I don't like counting. If I have to count, I'm like, out. I can't do it. And I'll mess up my counts every single time. It's just like, hey, moms, welcome in. Moms, I was talking about my Facebook group that I have for this little bunch of weirdos. Um, if you're on Facebook and you want to join, we are called Army of Weirdos. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a little crazy right now. I've been traveling today. So, um, yeah, it's a little crazy, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. But yeah, if you want to join the Facebook group, if you're on Facebook and you want to join a group, it's called Army of Weirdos, and we just do cows, and we're gonna do our first cow soon, and we're going to. I don't know. I usually just post when I'm going on, so that you can, if you want to hang out, you can. Um, but yeah, sorry. So I said it at the beginning of the video. I don't know if anyone was on yet, but I'm having like a really like significant amount of brain fog today, and for the past several days. Actually, ever since I went to the hospital, I just haven't really been myself, which has kind of been very disruptive to my life. But if you catch me and I'm like my words are like all over the place and like don't make sense, I'm sorry. This might be like a really stupid life. I don't know, but yeah, I it just is what it is. You know, you just you just have to deal with things as they come. Um, I'm just like, I kind of wanted to get on here and talk about my mental health because um, I just like it's been really bad lately after your seizures. Oh, I bet. Yeah, seizures scramble your eggs real quick. Um, so I just feel like I have been pretty much out of control of my emotional stability. And since I I mean, probably even before I went to the hospital and I was like in denial about how bad it was, but because it ramped up before I got to the hospital, it wasn't like I just was manic all of a sudden. I started having all of these symptoms that I wasn't, um, wasn't mindful enough to pay attention to, if that makes sense. Um, so I, um, have just been trying to like figure out what's going on, and they've changed my medicine, and I just like it's all just kind of like a shit show. And I've just been very moody and very uh I've just felt very like alone. And I know like I'm not alone. Here's something that if you have any kind of mental disorder, any kind of physical disorder, anything, I just found an app which is really cool. It's called a like. I'm gonna your brain is a computer and has to reset. My brain needs a hard reset. It just needs to be turned off completely. Um, but the app is called a like. And if you're feeling alone, if you're feeling in your illness, in whatever it is, physical or mental, um, you can. So when you sign up, it asks you a bunch of questions. It asks about what conditions you have been, you either think you have or you've been diagnosed with. And then it also asks you about medications. I put that in just because I was like, I want to get the most out of this app. I want to see what happens. Honestly, I don't think you need to do that. Personally, like I don't feel like it needs that amount of information, and it feels a little invasive. But what it does is it not only finds people with similar conditions, or the same conditions, but it also finds people who have been diagnosed about the same amount of time as you. So that because I've been diagnosed with bipolar since I was 15, so that's 15 years that I have had this diagnosis. And so someone who got diagnosed last week, like, isn't gonna know, kind of what I've been dealing with. And so they paired me with someone. They paired me. So I think like they like searched their database, and so like my anxiety disorder, like my bipolar, my borderline, and they um, found like 67 people or something like that who fit the qualifications, whatever algorithm they use. And it's nice because like it either looks like a Twitter feed, kind of like with people posting like statuses or questions or something like that, and it's all really relevant. It's nothing like dramatic or like whatever. um okay, aren't I gotta fully dissect this, Darsha. Okay, aren't those natural thoughts and feelings when you're in these stages or having episodes? Kind of like how with some illnesses you feel better, so you go off your meds, but then you cycle down again. Okay, so I would say no. I wouldn't call them natural thoughts. I would call them um, intrusive, emotionally driven thoughts that do not reflect how you actually feel. But also, it's different with borderline and um, and with bipolar. For me, bipolar is brain chemicals, um, and it's a chemical imbalance. And borderline personality disorder is more like a heightened sense of just winging all over the place. It's just honestly chaos. It's just chaos in your brain, and it's um, not necessarily good. Actually, it's definitely not good. But everything is just super intense. Like, there aren't any mild emotions. You experience everything in intense sadness, intense empathy, intense um, sadness, and intense uh, elation. Like, it's like everything, and you grasp on to certain people, and you force them down into your life. It's a really strange disease, honestly, and it's trauma born typically. So most people who have borderline have some history of trauma, which I do. So it's like, but with bipolar, because I would say that my borderline's in check right now, which is thank God, because like if my borderline started kicking up right now, I literally don't know what I would do because I'm having a hard enough time just with bipolar. And um, bipolar is um, your brain has decided that it's going to do it something, and your brain becomes um, separate from the rest of your body, except it doesn't. Like, your brain just like a switch flips, and all of a sudden you're just like, why do I have all of this energy? Why am I so angry? Why am I so like, why do I want to just like burn the world down? Why do I want to hit my neighbor in the head with a shovel? Literal thoughts I've had. Um, and like, those aren't good, those aren't healthy. Get help if you have thoughts like that. But like, I did get help. That's why I went to the hospital, because I was literally having like, I'm gonna hurt somebody thoughts. And not like and for me they weren't like I'm really gonna do it. It was just like, I'm thinking it, and this scares me, because I don't have thoughts like that. I am not a violent person. I would never like resort to violence. Okay, thanks, Nixie, for hanging out. It's good to see you. So it's just been a really hard time being in this bipolar episode. And, I feel like my wife is doing a really great job at understanding and giving me a lot of grace with how I've been feeling. But, oh, yeah, PTSD is for real. It, it's not fun. It's not fun. I have PTSD as well, and it's just like, I feel like it's like PTSD. Everyone thinks of it in a certain way and how it manifests in a certain way. Hi, Nadia, welcome. Uh, but yeah, so like, even, yeah, I'm gonna say just PTSD, but I don't mean like just PTSD. It's nothing. Like, I don't mean that for a minute. But like, even PTSD, you can go on that Alike app and find other people with PTSD. I saw a post about someone who had PTSD, and they were looking for some guidance on how they can deal with like their seasonal um, symptoms, because their symptoms were seasonal. Um, and I was like, I was able to comment just like, get a hobby. Like, I found that like hobbies really help me. Like, maybe try some new hobbies and see if that kind of helps you distract yourself from your symptoms. Because sometimes you can only distract yourself. Like, you can't do anything else to kind of immobilizes you. Um, so, it was just like whatever. I love being able to help other people in my situations. I also um, really like to be able to confide in people who have similar issues as me. I'm in two support groups on Facebook, and this is like having another support group, except it's like support groups that combine and overlap with like all the different uh, uh, things that you have going on. So I feel like they are really, it's a really cool app. I really like it. But I've just been like in a pretty piss poor place mentally, and I feel like it's affecting like kind of everything that I do. Um, so I'm trying to make sure that I'm taking care of myself and not letting myself slip into either mania or depression, because those are very real options for me. And if I don't stay mindful of my body, what's going on, and if I don't take my medicine, if I don't keep a schedule, if I don't do this, if I don't do that, like blah blah blah, blah like um, then I feel like I could really slip into a bad place either way. And like honestly, I don't want to go back to the hospital. I don't, if I need it, I will always go. I will always go. I'm not going to put up a fight. Um, but um, I do feel like I'd rather avoid that if possible. So I am working on a little project. It looks like a little cup right now. How cute is that? Um, I think it's super cute. I still hate working with white yarn. I'm not happy about it. But if I hold it up like this, I can. The darkness of the computer screen is helping a little bit, um, and I can make this. I'm hoping to finish this tonight, and be able to put it on Etsy very shortly after. Um, I've been, like I said, I've been pretty down about my Etsy sales, because like I've started putting stuff on Etsy again. I started feeling really good about it, and like literally nothing's been ordered. Like I haven't had one sale this entire month, and I just feel like shit as a result. And I'm already feeling like shit, so it's not helping. Um, so so put this down and take a little baby break. Yeah, I understand that. You know what I think you should do? And I was going to tell you this on Facebook, but I'll tell you this now because we're talking face to face now. It's just us in the room. I think once you finish that F bomb pattern, I think you should sell it. I think you should sell that pattern, because I think it will be so cool. Must have 3 different brain balls of various sizes and textures. Nice. My niece took my blue one. I gave it to her. I said she could have one. She picked that one. She picked the chenille one, and she was like, she wanted to learn how to make them. And I was like, you've never crocheted before. You're like 8. And I'm terrible at teaching. And so I was like, uh, so we're going to try it. So it was like torture trying to teach her to chain. And I was like, this is the easiest thing. She's like, maybe you can just do it for me and then I can do the next part. And um, I was like, honestly, no. Honestly, like, I think this was a bad idea. Because, like, if you can't chain, you can't double crochet. So, yeah. And, so I was making one next to her. We were just sitting next to each other, and she was trying to, and she kept on, like even like she could do the slip knot but she couldn't do the chain, and it just I taught her a trick, how she could do the chain, but then I was thinking, well, you're still gonna have to like pull things through loops and you're not gonna be able to do this little trick that I'm showing you. So yeah, you should definitely sell patterns. If you can write patterns, you should be selling them. That's the money maker, because literally you don't have to pay shipping. From learning, each of my kids has a ball the size of a basketball. Ooh, oh, that sounds so fun. How old is she? I think she's 8. My niece is 8, and my nephew. Wait, no, she's older. She's 10. 10. Like she's at an age where like she, um, she, she probably, like most people her age, would be able to learn it, if we had the right conditions, which we didn't. But she also has a really short attention span mixed with like the desire for immediate results. And I was like, she's like, well, we can make this one for me, and we can make this one for Wesley, who's my nephew. And I was like, so you want to make 3 balls in and she also, oh, ooh, this bothered me. Okay, it's how you know I'm like a control freak with my yarn. She pointed to this orange right here. This is my Halloween basket. There's an orange right here, and she was like, "Oh, can we? Here's an orange. Can we use this for Wesley's ball?" And I was like, "That's not the yarn I use for these these brand balls. I'm I'm not I'm not. We're not using all of my, like, you can't use whatever yarn you want just because it's pretty." And she like picked out another like set of yarn that I was like, no, don't touch that. I was like, that's my yarn. I was so protective. I was like, only the cheap yarn goes into the balls. um, Especially if like no one's buying them. So, but I have those balls up on my um up on my Etsy too, and like no one's buying. And I like don't know what to do. I like so I think part of the problem is that I have um, on Etsy, I have technically 5 products that haven't been sold, or like past their their like due date or whatever. Um, and so this is what happened. So I was making cloth masks at the beginning of the pandemic, and I was selling them, and I was selling them, no problem, shipped them out, whatever, fine. And then my wife got COVID as I had 5 orders in, and I was like, I can't. And this is before we knew how long the incubation period was and like how long I needed to wait and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm just gonna cancel these orders. And I told each person like, hey, my wife has COVID. I really don't want to cancel your order, but I just like I I don't want to send you like a mask coated in COVID. So so I think the Etsy's like, oh, this person can't complete things, and I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. But like, because I never had this much of a problem selling before, and now I'm like not selling at all. Yeah, I tried to like show like me squeezing one, but um, but I hope I set them at a good price point. I just it's shipping so expensive. It's just really hard. And I do free shipping and I tack the shipping cost onto the item because I found that a lot of people, including myself, like when I shop, like I'll be so excited to like buy something. I'll put in my cart. I'll go to checkout and then it'll be like shipping is like $6 and I'm like oh fuck can't do that. So for some reason, like a shipping cost, like will let me turn me off. So someone else was mentioning items not selling well currently. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe it's just Etsy. Maybe people aren't using Etsy anymore. I know that um, you can now sell completed items on Ravelry. Nope, sorry, not Ravelry. Ribbler. Um, Ooh, $30 for yarn, $40, 45 for shipping. Oh, it's awful. I just ordered some yarn from Michaels for the overalls I'm making because I didn't want to go to the store and not them not have like enough white or black or whatever. So even though I just need one skein of each, 'cause it's tiny baby stuff, and uh, so shipping was going to be so for 4 balls of yarn, shipping was going to be $10, and luckily they had a coupon for shipping to make it $2.99. But it's still like, it's just because the yarn was on sale. So Caron Simply Soft was on sale. So I just stuck to the colors that I needed because I love Caron Simply Soft. A lot of people say it's splitty. I mind splitty yarn less than I do. Um, that's not the case, I guess. But like, there's some yarn where I'm like, it's okay if it splits. At least it like is easy enough to work up. Um, Whereas like if you put Pound of Love in front of me, it's super splitty, and I'm like, everyone said that this was the best yarn. Like, you just can't overhype stuff to me. Otherwise, I'll be really pissed off. I got a new flavor in my vape, and it tastes like sour blue raspberry. It's so good. Ooh, Aberdeen's Wool Company in Canada. Ooh, sounds so good. Honestly, like I've kind of resigned myself to being a value yarn kind of guy. I just, you know, I've bought fancier yarns, not super fancy, but fancier yarns, and I just like they're so pretty that I never want to use them, or they're so expensive I never want to use them, and so they just sit here and collect dust, and I just feel like I don't want I you know my value yarn gets a good workout, so but I'll have to check them out when I have some money. Oh, my third bell. I need to keep track of my rows. I'm terrible at that. I buy my yarn at Walmart and Dollar Tree. Hell yeah. I love Dollar Tree yarn. So good. This is the only stores here. Yeah. We have a good selection of we have Michaels and Walmart, and honestly, I don't really like Walmart yarn, and I don't feel like it's that great of a value. I'd rather go to Joann's where like I know what they have in stock. It hasn't been moved to some random part of the store, and and uh, there's always like a really good coupon or some kind of coupon um, coming up or in progress. So I just try to like I just shop at Joanne pretty much. Ooh, mango Chanel color. Oh, I haven't seen that. I did go to, um, usually I go to a different Dollar Tree, but I went to a different Dollar Tree and I found this Just Yarn plush and I got it in a pumpkin color. Um, yeah, it's literally burnt orange, but they had it in like a really light brown and I like it's so soft. It's ridiculously soft. I'm trying to make a stress ball out of it to see if it'll work. I have a feeling it won't. But uh, um, but I'm giving it a try. But like the light brown, I was like, oh my gosh, making like a cute little dog stuffy. Um, I had never seen this at any other store. They didn't have any, like pretty much any of the Just Yarn, but they had this at this Dollar Tree. It was so like I had never seen it before, but it's impossible to see your stitches, like unless you are just one of those people who can like crochet without looking. Um, it's for me, it's very hard to see my stitches. Um, so it would be very difficult to make like an amigurumi. But it is so soft, it's stupid. Of something every time I go to Dollar Store because they are small. They're small, but like honestly, I've I've only seen like a couple dollar stores where they had 10 of anything. Um, like especially the chenille yarn. Your project is getting bigger. Yes, it is. A little like this could be like a little soy sauce bowl or something. Wouldn't that be cute? Just like or a little sake bowl. So cute. Yeah. The bottom is yeah, it's still rounded. Okay. I just have squished it up by holding it. But yeah, it's I think I'm gonna see what 10 rows look like. Because right now I'm starting my fourth and I have a vision of how I want it to look. Um, I also am gonna have to use some safety eyes on it, which I haven't used in a while because I haven't done anything with eyes. So luckily, the other day I found my big box of safety eyes, and so I'm really excited to break those open again and use them. Honestly, that's the cheapest way. If you use projects that have if you like frequently do projects with safety eyes, don't buy them individually at Michael's or Joann's or anything like that. Like, buy them online because you can buy a huge pack for like twice as much as you can get like four eyes, like at any of the stores. So, um, getting the pack was like the best decision I ever made. Oh. Oh, yeah, mine has noses too, from Wish, nice. I feel like Wish is I've never ordered anything from Wish because 'cause I've always been too afraid that I was gonna get, like, a lemon, like a, you know, I just don't know what I'm gonna get, you know? So, yeah, I same here. Yeah, we probably have the same box, honestly. Keep on going, "Where do I need to do my increase?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't need to do my increase because I'm not doing increases anymore." I've never gotten ripped off by them, but I always check reviews. That's smart. That's smart. I actually just got ripped off from for 80 from an NC company. Really? Oh my gosh, it sucks so bad. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. That definitely sucks. So I have like a really weird consultation tomorrow. Um, so I have been trying to go to the gym, but it's really hard for me because I don't like wearing bras, period, because I am a man and I don't like wearing bras. But when I go to the gym, I have to wear like two or three sports bras, and I still feel like a little jiggle. Um, and that's like the bare minimum that I can do. And because I'm very large chested, and ordered an awning and got a cheap Chinese windbreaker worth $2. Oh my gosh. Oh, can you return it? Um, so, um, so I was looking around and I was like, I know I've seen some, um, different ads on Facebook and stuff for like low bounce, like no bounce sports bras. And so I was gonna try to reach out or try to like find some different ones. And so I looked on SheFit, which is probably the most popular one, and um, their bras are really expensive, like more expensive than like the bras I used to wear, which were like $60 a piece. I guess inflation has gone up, so I mean they're probably $75 now. Um, but like so you they have like a weird sizing like way that I don't really understand. So I'm having like a virtual consult with someone, and they're like, "Is there anything special we should know?" And I'm like, "I'm a trans man. I don't want any cleavage, and I don't want any bounce." And like so they have their work cut out for them. But I felt like if I could tell them exactly what I needed, because like I can't go by my bra size to buy one because I want to be as like flat as possible at all times, um, and I just feel like I need someone. I need professional help in more ways than one. Um, to help me size my bra now. They don't answer now. Oh my gosh. Where are they in North Carolina? I might be able to go and beat down their door for you. Sounds cool. The consultation is important when you're trying to get the fit and performance you need. Yeah, exactly. And they have like high impact, medium impact, low impact. And I'm like, I don't really do a lot of high impact activities because my body is like super old. But I want something that like I can like walk fast on a treadmill or like be on a bike or something like that. And like also if it can make me like feel flatter, like I'm not looking for a bra that like makes me look like I still have boobs when I wear it. I'm looking for something that makes me look like I don't have boobs, if possible. But we'll see what they can do. I'm not probably their usual type of customer, so I'm preparing for the worst. Also, their bras are expensive. Oh my god, they're so expensive. I can't even think about buying a $75 bra right now. But if if I have to, um, I know there are other websites and things that focus on um, bras for larger chested people. So I might be able to look um, there, but it would be cool if like I could recently watched a series about an individual's transition. It was very moving and emotional. Oh, cool. Where was the series and what is the series? I would love to watch it because bonding about the trans experience is a delight because there's some things about being trans that you feel crazy. You're like, this is a crazy thought. And then you discover that like other trans people should share that thought and you're like, I'm not crazy. Like my brain isn't like, and for me, especially with all my mental disorders, like it makes me feel like normal for once, which is really cool because I don't know if I've ever felt normal. I mean, I literally, my name is Ian is a weirdo, so clearly I don't feel normal. Seemed like seemed a very personal and intense process. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know this individual, but yes, it is. It's like it's crazy, and like the amount of hoops you have to jump through is just beyond belief. And then like there's still like so many people in this world who will misgender you, whether or not they know it. Sometimes they'll do it because they don't like it's transphobic. Sometimes they'll do it just because they don't know and they don't know any better, and it's like enough that can like ruin your day. But you know, luckily we have a great community that we can stand with. Oh, my knees are hurting. Something about this white yarn. It has like it's funny because in the skein it was transitioning on Hulu. Okay, I'll check it out. Um, so like in the skein, it has a very matte effect, but worked up, it actually has quite a good sheen to it. Um, like not too much to where it's distracting, But it does have like a nice sheen to it. It's beautiful. Look at that. I never work with white. It's like I never work with white. I'm like, wow, look, shiny white. Each episode they meet with a transition coach who helps them. Oh, that's so cool. I'll check that out. I have so many shows on the docket, but that sounds like a. I should watch that. I can't. I don't like. I can watch TV and crochet, but I have to have either seen it before or like have like good base of it. Like I can watch shows that like I'm currently watching through. Um, I'll crochet slower, but I can do it. But if it's like something that I'm like just being introduced to, or it's a new movie or something like that, I just can't do it. Or if it's like a really like contemplative, like you got to think about what's going on, I can't crochet to it. I gotta put the hook down and watch it. Ooh, my niece tried to like touch my furls, and I was like, no. It was like Gollum. It's like, no, you can't do that. Um, like I did my best. Like she, so like also, so I had furls and she had. I feel like it's great that you understand that you don't have as much exposure to those issues. Um, but it's great that you can um, keep an open mind and be willing to learn about that. It's like I never fault people for being ignorant about something. The only time I fault people is when they are either willfully ignorant or they are blatantly um, discriminatory, about anything, you know. Yeah. Yeah, that is me for sure. Yeah, so not only did she start to touch like the ones in the voodoo doll, but like I pulled one out and I gave her a clover, which honestly, a clover probably isn't the best hook to learn on. I probably should have given her like one of the hooks I learned on, which is more similar to like a boy. Um, and then she could have worked with that and not had to worry about, then we could all. I love all people who are nice to me. But yeah, when I was so we would have the same size hook, and so when we were going to sit down and I handed her her yarn and I started to hand her her hook, she went to grab for my like rainbow furls, and I like it took everything I had to not snatch it away from her. I wouldn't be scared of me. I just don't want you touching my furls because like they're my precious babies. And they're expensive. So I was like, no, let's not do that. I don't even need people to be nice to me. I just need people to just like mind their own business, and which is a big ask for people in the South. People love being in other people's business in the South. It's like what we do. Um, do you have many nieces and nephews? No, I only have one niece and one nephew. They're my older sister's kids. My younger sister is 21 and has no children, and I believe no plans to have any anytime soon. Um, but that's not my business. Yeah, I just have the two, and then Mel's brother doesn't have any children, so it's just them. The great thing about white amigurumi is that uh, you can't see the stuffing inside. I think this is coming out cute. My only brother is 40 now and is still a single computer nerd. Never will have any there. But I have my kids and grandchildren. That's great. That's wonderful. You always wanted siblings as a child. Yeah, when you're a child that has siblings, you don't want them. Oh, not necessarily. Some people do, some people don't. I could have gone either way, actually. Now that I'm older, um, he was born when I was 14. Yeah, it's quite the age difference. Yeah, my the age difference between my older sister and my younger sister is 16 years. So, and I'm right in the middle, exactly in the middle. 8 years from each of them, or something like that. I don't know. What is normal when it comes to kids? What is normal when it comes to any human? I don't know. But I'm gonna finish this row and then I'm gonna sign off. I told Mel I'd only be an hour and I'm a little over, so. But I will be posting my finished product. I don't know if I'll finish this tonight or tomorrow, or sometime completely separate from that. But yeah, I will be posting this and a very heartfelt message with it. Um, so look out for that on Facebook. So I'm not even gonna finish it because I already put it down. But I will talk to you guys later, and I love you very much. Thank you. I will definitely tell Mel. Bye.